The Fallout universe, an iconic creation in the realm of video games, presents a post-apocalyptic world rich with history, conflicts, and diverse factions. Each faction embodies unique philosophies and ideologies, significantly impacting the game's landscape and narrative. This video delves into the lore of 4 major factions: the Brotherhood of Steel, the Enclave, the New California Republic, and the Institute. These factions are not just groups with distinct characteristics, they're embodiments of different paths humanity can take in a world rebuilding from nuclear devastation. Exploring their origins, characteristics, and impacts on the game world, we unravel how they collectively shape the complex tapestry of the Fallout series. Their stories reflect the struggles for power, survival, and ideology in a world where the old order has been obliterated, setting the stage for a fascinating exploration of post-apocalyptic society. The Brotherhood of Steel's genesis is deeply intertwined with the events following the Great War. As the nuclear holocaust ravaged the planet in 2077, a group of US military officers, led by Captain Roger Maxson, found themselves disillusioned with the government they served. Stationed at the Mariposa military base, they discovered illegal experiments involving the forced evolutionary virus, causing a severe moral crisis. This discovery, coupled with the breakdown of societal structures following the nuclear war, led Maxson to form the Brotherhood of Steel. The faction was founded on principles of preserving and controlling technology to prevent another global catastrophe. The Brotherhood is characterized by its rigid hierarchy, strict code of conduct, and a near-religious reverence for technology. They believe in the preservation of pre-war technology, viewing themselves as the guardians of humanity's technological legacy. Their ideology is marked by a belief that they alone are fit to decide how technology should be used, often leading to conflicts with other groups who they see as reckless or unworthy. The Brotherhood's members, often clad in power armour and armed with advanced weaponry, are an imposing presence in the Wasteland. Their approach to outsiders is generally one of suspicion and isolationism. However, this attitude varies slightly between different chapters of the Brotherhood, with some being more open to outsiders than others. The core belief that uncontrolled use of technology led to the nuclear apocalypse remains a central tenet of their philosophy. Throughout the Fallout series, the Brotherhood of Steel has been a pivotal player. In the original Fallout, they are a powerful force in the Wasteland, providing the player with significant aid against the mutant threat. In Fallout 3, they take a more humanitarian role, actively fighting against the oppressive Enclave and aiding the civilian population of the capital Wasteland. Fallout 4 shows a more aggressive and expansionist Brotherhood under Elder Maxson, reflecting the faction's complex nature and evolving ideologies. Their impact is multifaceted. They are at once protectors and hoarders of technology, potential allies, and authoritarian figures. Their presence in various regions across the Wastelands has shaped the political and social landscape, often forcing other factions to respond to their movements and decisions. The Brotherhood's quest to collect technology often puts them at odds with other factions, leading to a series of conflicts and alliances that dynamically change the game's narrative and player choices. The interaction between the player and the Brotherhood varies in each game, reflecting the faction's evolving nature and the changing world around them. In some instances, the Brotherhood is a source of valuable resources and support, and in others, they may be adversaries or reluctant allies. The player's decision to support, oppose, or simply coexist with the Brotherhood significantly affects the game's outcome, showcasing the faction's deep integration into the Fallout universe's story and structure. The Enclave, often seen as the shadowy remnants of the pre-war United States government, has its roots deeply embedded in the American political and military elite. Before the Great War, they were the behind-the-scenes decision-makers, crafting policies and strategies to ensure their survival in the event of a nuclear apocalypse. As the bombs fell, the Enclave retreated to secure locations, such as the Poseidon oil rig off the coast of California. They viewed themselves as the last bastion of true American values and governance, and their goal was the restoration of their version of America at any cost. The Enclave is characterized by its elitist and often ruthless approach to achieving its goals. They possess some of the most advanced technology in the Fallout universe, including sophisticated power armor and energy weapons. The faction's ideology is centered around the belief that they are the only true inheritors of the United States, considering all others living in the Wasteland to be tainted and unworthy of survival. This extremist viewpoint drives their agenda, which often involves plans to purify the Wasteland of what they consider to be mutant contamination. This includes not only the obvious mutants, but also any humans exposed to the irradiated environment, which, in their eyes, includes nearly all the Wasteland's inhabitants. The Enclave's methods are often morally questionable, involving deceit, manipulation, and outright brutality. The Enclave's impact on the Fallout universe is significant due to their antagonistic role in several games. In Fallout 2, they are the primary antagonists, plotting to release a modified FEV virus to kill all mutated life forms. In Fallout 3, they return with a plan to control the capital Wasteland through the Water Purifier Project, again with the intent of using it to achieve their purest goals. Their advanced technology and military might make them one of the most formidable factions in the Fallout world. The Enclave's actions often drive the central conflict in the games they appear in, challenging the player to confront and deal with their dangerous and extremist ideologies. Their presence adds a layer of political intrigue and moral complexity to the series, as they embody a warped version of pre-war American governance and power. The player's interactions with the Enclave are typically adversarial, as the faction's goals are often in direct opposition to the welfare of the majority of the Wasteland's inhabitants. However, these interactions allow players to explore and respond to complex moral and ethical dilemmas. The choices made by the player in dealing with the Enclave can have significant ramifications for the game world, influencing the balance of power and the fate of other factions and communities. The Enclave's presence in the Fallout universe challenges the player to consider the consequences of unchecked power and the dangers of a worldview that values purity and elitism over diversity and inclusion. Their role as antagonists is not just a narrative device, it's a mirror to the darker aspects of power and governance in a post-apocalyptic world. The New California Republic emerged from the ashes of the old world as a beacon of democracy and hope in the Fallout universe. It started as a small community in Shady Sands, founded by survivors of the Great War, and gradually evolved into a sprawling republic. The NCR was officially formed in 2186 with the adoption of its constitution. Its roots can be traced back to the ideals of pre-war America, with a focus on democracy, law, and civil rights. The NCR stands out in the Fallout world for its commitment to democratic principles and its efforts to restore pre-war civilizational structures. It is a constitutional republic, complete with a president and a Congress, representing various settlements and territories. The NCR emphasizes the rule of law, rebuilding infrastructure, and promoting economic stability through agriculture and trade. However, the NCR is not without its flaws. Expansionism and resource scarcity often leads to conflicts with neighbouring regions and factions. The Republic's military, while one of the largest and most organised, sometimes engages in actions perceived as imperialistic by other groups. The internal politics of the NCR can also be tumultuous, with various factions vying for power and influence. The NCR plays a significant role in shaping the politics and society of the Wasteland, particularly in Fallout 2 and Fallout New Vegas. In Fallout 2, they are a burgeoning force, representing hope for a more organised and peaceful future. By the time of Fallout New Vegas, the NCR has expanded significantly, controlling a large territory and population. Their expansion brings them into conflict with other major factions, notably the Caesar's Legion in Fallout New Vegas. The NCR's efforts to bring order and stability often clashed with the harsh realities of the Wasteland, leading to moral and ethical dilemmas. Their presence in the game world provides a contrast to the more authoritarian or chaotic factions, highlighting the challenges of rebuilding civilization in a post-apocalyptic setting. Interactions with the NCR offer players a range of choices that can significantly impact the game's storyline and world. The player can choose to support the NCR's expansionist policies, oppose them, or find a middle ground. Decisions made regarding the NCR often influence the fate of other factions and settlements within the game. The NCR's quest for stability and order in the Wasteland poses questions about the costs of security and the complexities of governance after societal collapse. Their democratic ideals, juxtaposed with their expansionist actions, provide a nuanced perspective on the challenges of leadership and governance in a world striving to rebuild itself. The Institute, a mysterious and technologically advanced organization, originates from the remnants of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. In the wake of the Great War, the survivors and faculty of MIT descended underground, using their knowledge and resources to create a bastion of science and technology. Over the years, they evolved into the Institute, a society completely detached from the surface world, focusing on advanced scientific research, particularly in the field of synthetic biology. The Institute is defined by its cutting-edge technology, especially its creation of synths, or synthetic humans. These synths are indistinguishable from real humans, and are used by the Institute for various purposes, including espionage and labour. The organisation operates with a strict hierarchy, with its leadership making decisions that are often shrouded in secrecy. The Institute's ideology is centred around the belief that they are the torchbearers of humanity's future. They view the surface world as beyond salvation, justifying their detachment and lack of empathy for those living above ground. This perspective leads to a general disregard for the lives and well-being of those outside the Institute, considering them irrelevant in their vision for a new world. The Institute plays a central role in the narrative of Fallout 4, driving much of the game's conflict and moral boundaries. Their presence is a source of fear and speculation among the Commonwealth's inhabitants, with rumours of their synths replacing real people, creating an atmosphere of paranoia and distrust. The Institute's actions, particularly their use of synths, raise profound ethical questions about identity, free will, and the nature of humanity. Their advanced technology and the mystery surrounding their motives and operations make them a compelling and enigmatic force in the game world. The conflict between the Institute and other factions, such as the Railroad and the Brotherhood of Steel, highlights the clash between different visions for the future of humanity in the post-apocalyptic world. Interaction with the Institute offers a complex range of choices for the player. Decisions regarding the Institute can profoundly affect the Commonwealth's fate and the player's relationship with other factions. The player is faced with moral dilemmas about the use of technology, the rights of synthetic beings, and the consequences of supporting or opposing the Institute's vision. The Institute's storyline in Fallout 4 is a narrative focal point, inviting players to consider the implications of unchecked scientific advancement and the ethical boundaries of creation. The player's journey into the Institute's secretive world, and the decisions they make in relation to it, are pivotal in shaping the game's outcome and the moral landscape of the Fallout universe. In the Fallout universe, the Brotherhood of Steel, the Enclave, the New California Republic, and the Institute represent diverse paths humanity could take in a post-apocalyptic world. Each faction, with its unique history, characteristics, and impact, contributes to the rich, complex tapestry of the game's narrative.